Hello, everyone. July 10th, Zone 3B garden update. Here we go. Looking at my squash patch, except there's some melon in here. And I gotta say, it is looking pretty good. Went from a compost pile to food. And this dill in here was a volunteer, and I love dill, so I let it grow. There was a lot of volunteer other stuff too. Oh, here's something. Oh, tomato trying to make its way into life. We'll just get rid of that though. Just walk right over here to the corn, which is looking pretty amazing. And yeah, I should have some good corn there. My cabbage, 50% of them aren't really doing good. So, my wife was like, why did you plant so much? Well, really only about half of these are actually producing good heads. And even really those, they're nothing to write home about. They're pretty small. So, I'm going to have a lot of space available here pretty soon because this is damn near done. So I got to start thinking about what's going in there. My green beans are trellising nicely. These cucumbers here are going to be trellising. Some of them aren't doing all that hot. One got eaten by something, and this one's really super tiny and shriveled, but I'm guessing I'll get something out of the deal. Yeah, I've got a couple peppers already, munched on them. Actually surprised how spicy it was. I thought it was a Anaheim. But if it was an Anaheim, man, I must have got a spicy batch or something because it was really spicy for an Anaheim. But I got some green peppers, some little itty bitty ones. And a couple more garden beds here, some peppers. I've got some cucumbers. Got some that are like 6-8 inches long. Squash. Again, I'm pretty sure I planted yellow squash, and I don't understand how these are all black beauties. But happens every time. They even kind of have that powdery look on the leaves, which I thought were pretty for sure the yellow ones. And over here we got this okra, which I couldn't tell you if it's doing good or not. I've got nothing to compare it to. I gotta say it is growing, so that's a good sign. This will be my first time having okra that's actually doing good. So, and I've got quite a bit of eggplant in here too. It's all doing fairly well. It's funny, these Asian eggplants, if you look, these thorns on here are just deadly, man. They are not nice. And yeah, you can tell that all the Asian ones have that on them versus like the Italians, which I'll show you right here. This is an Italian. They don't have those spikes on them. If they do, they're not that big. And some habanero peppers, which are just creeping. My peas are doing really well over here, and the tomatoes are definitely hanging in there, but we'll kind of see. I think I might have made a mistake of planting these peas. They're doing so well that they're just really crowding out my tomatoes. But here, this string of potatoes are getting there towards the end, they're all starting to lay down. Lilies and stuff are starting to make seed heads. Should have some really pretty flowers coming up here. Or not seed heads, flower heads, sorry. That apple tree. And my first year, this cherry is making cherries. It's pretty exciting. Doesn't have a massive amount, but a pretty good amount. And it's definitely growing this year. Holy smokes. I mean, the branches are just going crazy. New Zealand spinach is doing pretty well. Raspberries should have some soon. These are supposed to be the big ones. Cabbage is doing okay. It's coming in. I got some nice blueberries on this one. Those look nice. And right here, those look nice. I just flipped over my compost bin. Actually wasn't too much work. But yeah, it's amazing. This is the compost that I started at the beginning of the year, and you know, it's already so good. I mean, I could probably throw this on a garden bed right now, but there is still quite a bit in there that's not broke down. So my goal is just to leave it, you know, till next year. And I got another one going already with fresh stuff. My little flower baskets, other than the Asylum, you know, haven't made any flowers yet. I've got a few different things in here, and I was thinking first part of August I should have some nice blooms on everything. So I'm still shooting for that. Over here too, this is pretty much all flowers. The Asylum's getting beat up by those flea beetles, and notice that's one of their primary targets. I did spray with neem oil over here, but in all honesty, I don't think that stuff is as good as they say it is against defending. So I got some other stuff rolling in, so I'm gonna apply that. And then over here, this section is mixed broccoli and cauliflower, and the broccoli, most of it's pretty much done. Even done making broccolinis, because I've taken most of the crowns. And I got to figure out what I'm going to do, because even if I rip out all the broccoli, there'll still be only sparse locations that are open, because there's cauliflower intermixed. So that was a big mistake. The broccoli is definitely history, so I do have a bunch more that can be planted in here, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do. My little annual bed here is doing pretty good, although there's not a lot of flowers yet. These celosia are starting to make their little pillar of fuzz. Red amaranth, cosmos, that's something. I just threw in all this nasturtium because I had a whole bunch growing and I needed a place to put it. And I had daffodils, which I basically removed them. Just cut the leaves. They were done. And so I know you're not really supposed to do that, but just to plant these nasturtiums. And a couple other flowers here are actually in bloom. But a good portion of what I planted, I think I had like, where I put these nasturtiums here, there was like 3 or 4 other types of flowers, one being Asylum that got completely wiped out. And then there's this one, which I forget what it is. This is my first year really trying stuff, and I basically bought everything and Even though I had it labeled initially, once I put it in, it just fell from my mind. And then over here, strawberries, I have a feeling that they're damn near done. I mean, all the strawberries I'm seeing are really tiny. Although there are some that are continuing to set. I don't really see like a flush of new flowers, so it may be the end for the strawberries. And once it in, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of sawdust on here. And this garden too, trying to just continue the succession plantings, and you know, I've got all these onions that are looking really good, ready to come out, which there's so many, they're gonna come out over a period of time, but I think like I'll just harvest like a good section here and plant bok choy, or I've got some other sorts of lettuces and stuff. And in here, my carrots are sprouting nicely. Yeah, along with, it looks like purslane everywhere. And this section, I pretty much just harvested some lettuce. I've been harvesting lettuce out of here and replanting it. I definitely got to get some more lettuce seedlings in. I just kind of want to fill that area with lettuce heads. Peppers are doing strong. I had removed some, I believe it's cabbage, from where that New Zealand spinach was. It was just overgrown in there, and I thought they were going to die, but they haven't quite fully died back yet, and they're doing okay, so hopefully these come back. Otherwise, I could use that space for something. And my carrots, I noticed another thing too, is down here at my house, and it's always been like this, is I get so much greens on my carrots compared to their size. Like if I pulled these right now, and I will pull one here just to show you, I've got them some nice separation. So let's see, this one is a pretty big green on it, and I'll pull it, and it's pretty much just a tiny carrot. Well, up at the garden, or up at the farm, and if I remember right, they're the same seeds. The greens are really tiny, and the carrot is super long. So I don't know what the key is to carrots, man. It's just funny. But yeah, here too, my beets are doing pretty good. I got some nice sized beets in there. This is all going to be harvested out in the next couple weeks probably. So I got to start figuring on what's going in here. Some nice fall crops. And some short day this and some short day that. So, but yeah, that's what I got going on today. It's perfect summer for gardening. We haven't had a bunch of rain, but you know, that's what the garden hose is for, I guess. So, well, y'all take care. See ya.